What's up, everybody? Uh, Today, I want to start with giving the quick election results. It's Saturday, November 7th. We're 4 days into the election. Biden with 264 and Donald Trump has 214. And really, only four states are at play, and they're all looking pretty obvious where they're going. North Carolina looks obvious that it's going for Trump with 99% reporting. Georgia, it looks obvious it's going for Biden with 99% reporting. They're at 49.3 to 49.4, incredibly close, but we know the trajectory has been purely for Biden ever since post-election night. And the more votes that come in, the more democratically leaning they are because of the fact that they're mail-in ballots. Pennsylvania, same deal. Um, Biden's up by zero point 0.5, and Nevada, Biden's up by nearly 2%. Okay, so it's pretty much a done, foregone conclusion at this point, although Republicans want to. I've been listening to conservative podcasts and conservative talk shows, and they're not calling it yet. They think Democrats are, putting the cart before the horse, but it seems pretty obvious at this point. Okay. Trump is doing his thing with his lawsuits. He is 0 for 2 right now, one in Georgia and one in Michigan. Both judges throughout the lawsuit due to lack of any evidence of voter fraud. And, do you remember 2016? Do you remember how there was none of this chaos? There was none of this craziness that we call 2020, but there was none of this undermining the institutions of the voting process. Hillary did not prime her voters for the past 6 months before the election. Hey guys, the Republicans are going to steal our election. Beware. Hey everyone, if I lose, it's only because they stole the election. This didn't happen. Now, there's a lot I don't like about Hillary, but that was not one of the things she did. Quote Trump's words here: I will win if the legal votes are counted. He said that yesterday. He will, in fact, win if all the legal votes are counted. Even his own lawyers were telling him to hold on there. He also said, I hereby claim the state of Pennsylvania. Now we're able to claim states. What a fun little world he lives in. This is what happens when you give your kid $100 million. He grows up and says shit like that. All right. So let me get to the point of what I want to talk to you about today. Trump is not going away. Make no mistake about it. Not only is the media probably going to be obsessed with him, much like they were obsessed with Sarah Palin, even the next 2 years after she went away. But just more than that, more than just the media's obsession with, popular figures, he's on track to, he already has over 70 million votes. That is the most amount of Republican presidential candidate votes of all time. He had 63 million in 2016. So he has 7 million more votes. He has all the momentum in the world. Even though he's going to lose, he has a ton of momentum. I'm seeing sort of like a Tea Party scenario where there's going to be a branch off of the Republican Party. And because I've already met these Republicans, I have friends, I've seen people on the news, I've read things where there is a complete separate faction of Republicans that do not listen to Fox News. They don't listen to, of course, the CNN and all those other stations. They only trust Trump. Only the words that come out of Trump's mouth, it's literally like the word of God to them. I've heard that with my own ears. They feel this man is sent from God, and he's a messenger from God. So that's the type of demographic we're going to be dealing with for a long time. I would not be surprised if in 2024 you're going to see a representative, a Trump-like representative of that nature. So just be on the lookout. And the next thing I want to go over here is Biden. Look, This is the first time in over 100 years, believe it or not, a Democratic candidate has gone into presidency without the majority in the House and the Senate. Mitch McConnell did his thing. He maneuvered his parts. He played his chess, and he is definitely in control of a Senate, a Republican-run Senate this time around. Democrats have the House, but of course that only goes so far. McConnell is going to make sure that Biden is going to be a lame duck for 4 years. Mark those words. Biden's only going to do so much. He's not going to do a whole lot. More than that, I don't trust him to do a whole lot. He's one of those guys you'd call a corporate Democrat. He's one of the main reasons I'm a registered independent. People like him, people like Hillary Clinton. The corporate Democrats, like since the 90s, Democrats during Clinton era, they really played the game that Republicans were playing for a long time before that of corporate politics. Take the money from big funders, from Wall Street, from private insurance companies, and then you pay to play. And it's a give and take scenario. Effectively, my entire adult life looking into politics, it's always been happening. So I always was kind of numb to it. Like, of course, they take a lot of money from a group. Who cares? What of it? Well, turns out, yeah, there's something very commonsensical that's going on there. And, Biden took a ton of money from Wall Street this time around. Biden took money from private insurance companies. They will have something in return. That's just the most basic component. You can break politics of today down. And this is partly why Trump was voted in. Look, Trump is a completely swamp type figure in and of himself. He's a different category of the swamp, but don't make no mistake about it, he's just as corrupt, perhaps more, but he is just a different category, and that's why people believed him, and that's why people liked him. He didn't come from the political background like Hillary and Biden did. Point I'm trying to make: Biden, he's not going to do much for us. The left wing people, I should say. So we really, this is just a kind of a forecast, warning, whatever you want to call it, for the left. We gotta start something grassroots related. Like any great movement, think of all the great left movements, right? Recently it's BLM. This has started with individuals starting a group, reaching their hand out to others, starting a tight-knit community, something with purpose, something with passion. And I suggest we start doing things now the right way. Biden is only going to do so much this next 4 years. And it's only going to be a certain amount of time where we're going to have a Trump-like representative come back. And if we start moving now, if we start reaching our hand out to others, we start humanizing each other. Right now we live in a completely tribal, politically polarized society where everyone's in their own information island, And that goes on to a whole nother rant I'm not going to talk about today, but due to social media, we all are separated on in different realities, informationally speaking. So we need to start reaching our hand out to others, humanize ourselves, and just be aware that we can start moving the nation forward progressively if we start just doing the most human thing possible. That's just basic tenets of humanity. Be kind. Start talking to other people that don't agree with you. Start hearing them out and just listening. Say respectfully, yeah, I don't see the world that way at all, but I would love to hear more, and I would love to talk to you about my worldview. And just the most basic building blocks. Because there's going to come a time, I promise you, another Trump-like figure will come. And if we can start this grassroots movement, this is not some formal introduction to anything. I'm really being just purposefully vague in general here. I may want to start something specifically in the near future, but just for now, We're in a fresh start. We're finally away from the toxicity and the hemorrhaging of America that is Donald Trump. So we can do this right if we don't get complacent, and we need to be calling out our own. Again, that's why Trump was voted in, because no one ever called out their own. During Obama years, he's flawless. He's not flawless. He did a lot of wrong things as a politician, whether it was his motive to or not, and no one wanted to call him out. These are now the Biden years. We should call him out when he does a wrong thing, makes a wrong move, or doesn't do something in the working people's interests. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting, but this has just been on my mind, and please leave a comment if it resonates with you. If you feel there's anything that can be done in a short run or a long run, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, see ya. Peace.